You know, there's nothing like cracking that cellophane and pulling that record out. It just smells great.
Welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Non-stop hardcore energy.
I love the show, guys. You're awesome.
Unlike any other.
With your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bod Father.
Man, this stuff rocks.
This is Artie Alexander.
This is Darren Markoff from Damn Your Eyes, and you're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
The views and opinions of the guests do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of BODS Mayhem Hour, its staff, affiliates, or sponsors. Parental discretion is advised. Welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Hey everybody, welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour. I'm your host, John the Bod, aka the Bod Father, and as always, I bring you guys and gals awesome interviews. Today, it's an honor and a huge privilege to welcome Artie Alexander and Darren Markoff of Damn Your Eyes. They have released their latest single, Weaponized, which was released on via Low Road Records on March 25th of 2022. And we got Artie and Darren on here to talk about this. So, guys, how you doing? And welcome to the podcast.
How you doing?
Doing awesome. How excited to have this new single, Weaponized, out, guys. How stoked are y'all about this one?
Super psyched.
Yeah, man, we're excited. We've been sitting on this song for a while. We got a couple other ones recorded too, but we decided to release it, and it's getting a good response. It's a little different for us. It's a little more in the pocket, and more to our Alice in Chains roots. But we're excited that it's out, and the people are really enjoying it.
What led Weaponized to be a single? I know that you have any more songs that you have on this right now. Let's talk about this a little bit. What made Weaponized the ones you guys want to put out there right now?
Just the natural choice for us. It seemed like it was the first one of the three that we had recorded to be the single, the first one out of the gate. So, and it was the right choice. I mean, it's melodic, it's heavy. It encompasses everything that Damn Your Eyes is. You know, we're a very heavy band, we're a very groove oriented band, but we have a lot of melody in our sound too. And I think that was the big thing, especially as we all talked about it. Like, you know, what should go first? Should we just blast them with the heaviest thing we have, or should we try to hit them with the single first?
From what I heard Darren say, it definitely was more of a single kind of song. The other two songs, one is a pretty long epic tune, and the other one's more of a banger. And this one just seemed to fit right. We all kind of felt like this was the right way to go when we released our first song. And we've been doing songs in 3-song spurts when we record. And the last 3 that we did and released, Doom on You, Lock and Load, and Heavy as the Head, we did as a 3-song set. So we did the same thing with these songs, and we weren't too sure what we wanted to do, like keep them for an album or just release them. We were just kind of deciding and seeing what the world was doing, because everything was locked down, and shows weren't happening, and then shows were being booked and they were being canceled because people were getting sick, or there were these demands by the places for vax cards for certain people, and that's a whole nother issue for everybody. And so after a while, we kind of got tired of sitting on our hands and just sitting on these songs. So we decided, let's just release this song and put it out there, get some radio play. Right now, we're I think on 11 or 12 stations in Europe. It's being played, and we're about to hit the States. It's about to be released on the radio in the States too.
So are you guys just going to release these singles, or eventually put them on an album, or just let them go as one-offs, or what are y'all going to be working on with this possibly?
I'd like to do a full album again. I really enjoyed the process when we did Kill the Outside in 2000 and released in 2020. I guess we recorded then too. No, not 2020, 2019. And I'm sorry. So, we had a good time with that process. But at the time, Darren wasn't in the band and Gabby wasn't in the band. We were just a 4-piece with a different drummer. And now we have this totally different dynamic where, when we're writing and we're working together, Darren's such a great songwriter on the drums. He's got that groove that we really look for. He could kick it up to where we want to really, do the metal beats and those awesome dope bass lines. He's just an all-around great player. And Gabby Abularach is he's the best guitar player I've ever worked with. He could do everything right on the spot. He's so well versed with everything. And Oddie and Kenny, Kenny's vocals are just their signature sound. He doesn't really sound like, he sounds a little bit like some things, but he's got his own sound. And Oddie's just the best groove bass player on the planet. And they're all great guys to work with. So I'd like to get into studio, and we have some songs written preliminary, but it doesn't really take us long to put them together once we start going, once we get in a room together and start working on them.
The Weaponized single is based on a traumatic event involving betrayal, infidelity, and emotional abuse. How difficult was this to write, or was this a come to terms with reality and being able to just move forward?
For me, I wrote the lyrics to Weaponized. It was kind of like a look back on an event that happened many years ago in my life, where it was very traumatic for me. It was a breakup of a family. It was, a custody case, it was just a horrible time in my life. And I was very angry. And, I'm at a point in my life now where I'm not, I'm happy, I'm settled. But, I had all these disturbing thoughts going on in my head throughout those years. And this was kind of like a look back of what if I made the different decision and I decided to take revenge or matters into my own hands. And, it's one of those things where we could justify just about anything, even when we're doing the wrong thing, we could justify it in our own heads and be okay with it. And that's kind of what the song's about. It's about somebody justifying, taking matters into their own hands and doing something that's not necessarily right, but at the moment it's right for them. And that's just kind of how it came about. It was just an idea in my head, and I put the lyrics down.
After the full-length debut, Kill the Outside in 2019, there was pieces missing from the band. What puzzle pieces was the band missing after that debut album, you think? What was missing that you need that need to be part of this band? What was that extra kick, possibly?
Well, we needed a real metal drummer. And not that the guy didn't do good on the album and stuff, but I needed somebody. The three of us, Kenny, Oddie, and I, needed somebody that was seasoned, that had a lot of live shows under their belt, that was more in tune to what we do. Darren's a perfect fit because his music that he listens to is my music that I listen to, and we're more linked up that way. We have the same favorites as drummers. We have the same, so it was a no-brainer when we reached out to Darren and he came down and started playing with us. It was like, okay, this is the guy. And also, I wanted to get more. I wanted to get more technical with the music. I wanted to be more of an orchestra type thing, and having another guitar player come in that could play the rhythms. I toured with Gabby throughout Europe and the States from 2017 to 2019, and he was just a monster rhythm player. But he's got a side to him that's so melodic, and he's a trained flamenco guitar player, classical player. He's played with everybody. Gil Evans Orchestra. He's played on some Santana recordings, and I loved sitting, and we used to sit in the hotel rooms in between, when we were traveling and stuff, and just play together, and I figured he'd be a really good fit. And when he had left the band that we were playing in after I did, it was just, we went out to dinner one night, and I was like, "You want to do this?" And he was like, "I do," So he really liked the band, and immediately there was a change in everything. And Darren and Gabby came in to play with us pretty much at the same time, because we had just gotten Darren and Gabby, the pandemic was in full swing at the time, and Gabby was able to get home. He was in Guatemala with his father, visiting his father and stuff, and he got stuck down there. So we all kind of converged at the same time, and then we just realized that we had something really special. Yeah.
Did the pandemic set the band back at all? Writing and recording for all this new music. I mean, or did it give you time to actually sit and hone more on your creativity on this, what you're going to be working on here soon, possibly?
Yeah, it helped us greatly. I mean, it gave us all the time in the world to really put things together. So I joined during the pandemic, and I learned 14 songs in like 9 days. And it's because of the pandemic. I had all the time in the world to do that. And then once we started getting all that together and Artie started sending me the material, it was real easy just to get in a room at home, practice it, and then go to the studio and start putting that stuff together. And over a certain amount of weeks, we, would create what became the first 3 songs that we released. And it was just, right from the jump too, you could feel that energy that we all connected, each one of us connected together. It wasn't awkward at all. It just felt good. So, it was fantastic. I think the pandemic especially for us, I don't know about other bands, I won't speak for them, but for us, I think it was fantastic because it really helped us be able to shape what we did. So, and give us the time to, not have to worry about, we got to go play shows. We got to go do this. It gave us the time to really hone in on those songs and really get them where we wanted them and make them special. And then going into the studio with our producer, John Adavio, forget about it. I mean, and then it just turned into pure magic. So,
with you coming in and plus Gabby coming in, do you feel like you two were those missing pieces, that fire that this band needed a kick in the ass to say, hey, look, yeah, we got this. We're going to just rip it apart now?
So I'll say that Gabby brings such a melodic sense of music to what we do, right? He already could play anything heavy, and Gabby, I got 15 different melodies I could play over. It's mind-boggling to watch. And he also brings that groove as well, because he's got that groove. He's a flamenco guitar player, so he's got that Latin groove that he can throw on stuff, and it's so fantastic. On my end, I'm a groove machine. That's all I've ever been. I'm a huge, Bonham guy. I'm a Vinnie Paul guy. So I know Artie, when we were talking, he's like, I need the best pieces of you to make this what it is, but I need you to keep that groove. So I always keep groove in my head, and then whatever he wants as far as pieces of technicality or melody, because, people don't believe this, but drums are a melodic instrument. If you tune them right and if you play them right, they're a melodic instrument. And that's what I try to do for the band. I don't try to overplay. I play to the song, and I just try to make it as powerful as possible. And Weaponized is a great example of that. I mean, I could have went a million different ways, and when we originally wrote it, there was a ton of double kick all over that thing. And I had gone home one night, and I was listening to the band Toto a lot, and Jeff Picard, who was one of my biggest influences, and I noticed some stuff he was doing, and I went to rehearsal like a couple weeks later, and I said, I want to try something. And they said, let's go for it. And what you hear is what it became. Instead of doing the typical, hey, everyone's doing this thing, we just said, let's try something different, and it 100% worked.
Now, you mentioned you worked with producer John. What's his last name again? I'm sorry, guys. Okay.
Yeah,
working with him, and I know you guys have done many albums. I know you're no strangers to the recording, producing, stuff like that, but working with him, does he get exactly what you guys are wanting? Does he get that extra push out of you guys that says, yeah, this is the right guy that we need to work with?
John's a neighborhood guy. Oddie and I grew up in a town called Valley Stream on Long Island, and John was older than us, and he's in a band called Wicked Mariah, and they toured for a long time, and he worked with some other engineers and stuff, and he was recommended to me at one point before we went in and did the first 3 or 4 songs. We did Blood in the Water, Up the Hill, Damn Your Eyes. I think it was 3 songs. And soon as we went in the first time, we clicked. He knew exactly what we were looking for. He could hear it in us. He's not shy about telling us, that part, I don't think it's going to work, or and we're open to suggestions. We're not. There's no narcissist in the band. It's not like, no, we're doing it this way. This is how we got to do it. And now there's parts that we want to keep, of course, and we'll talk it out. John doesn't change much. He kind of just adds, and he's great at what he does. Watching him work work his skills is I'm all the time. He's so good at what he does, and he's very particular about his sound and getting the right mics. We stop. He's tuning the drums all the time. He's getting everything right, and then his production work on all the songs is just so good. He made our songs better than we did live in the studio, and we would say to him, "How are we going to pull this off live?" And he says, "Not my problem. Figure it out." So yeah, so we figured it out, and now we play live like we do on the album. You know, he pushes us to get better. You know, I don't really like that part. Maybe try to change that solo a little bit. He's not in a rush. He's never in a rush with us. You know, he knows when to tell us to stop. And, you know, this is good enough. This is fine. You know, we could get a little on the perfection side of things. And sometimes those raw, dirty notes and the missed ones are the best ones. So, you know, he's not afraid to speak his mind. We laugh a lot when we're in the studio.
Oh.
We laugh a lot all the time anyway. We all have such a good time together. That's what makes us also very special, is that none of us have a problem with each other. You know, we all accept each other as we are. We love, and we make fun of each other because we're all a little quirky. So we get to pick on each other, and it's fun, you know. So, but John's one of those guys. He keeps it light, and he just makes us sound the way that Damien Rise is supposed to sound. I can't imagine working with anybody else, to be honest with you.
Same.
I know there's 3 tracks. Are there any tracks that are standing out more to you than right now on these 3? Any that stick out for both you possibly?
For me, there's a track called Sonic God, and it's probably one of my favorite songs we've ever done. It's just it's a total groove machine. It's got some anthemic pieces to it, and it's kind of like if the old school, the newest school kind of came together, this is what it would sound like. And I love it. It's just such a driving song, and I love songs like that. I'm kind of like Heavy is the Head. I feel like that's a real good driver song of ours. So yeah, for me, of the 2 that haven't been released, Sonic God's kind of my favorite.
I would agree with Darren if I knew what anthemic meant.
It means your hair looks great.
Thanks,
There you go. Cover it up.
Sonic God's a great tune. It's got everything in it. You know, it's got breakdowns. It's got, you know, it is old school, new school. It's got harmonies in it. It's driving. It's a very driving tune. You know, you could hear some of that old awesome groove stuff that like Slayer used to do and that kind of stuff. So Sonic is definitely a great song. And then we have Empire of Flies, which is the other song. And that's just an epic, long piece that has so much going on, you know, and it's all stuff that we can pull off live. You know, it's just, it's a little off time. It's groovy. It just goes all over the place. I can't even explain it to you. You'd have to listen to it, you know. But the people that have heard the 2 other songs, you know, a large majority are Sonic God fans. And there's a few that are like Empire of Flies is the best song that you guys ever wrote. So, you know, I guess it all depends on what you like to listen to.
With these 3 tracks, though, guys, which one totally ended up sounding different than it was intended to when it was brought to the table? Was there one that, you know, changed a lot, or none of them?
I don't know that they changed a lot. I mean, like we said, we went into pre-production with John, and he gave us some ideas to cut some things because it was going a little long. We added, Artie came up with some cool parts in Sonic God to fill some gaps and stuff. So, yeah, I mean, nothing dramatic changed. But there was little pieces here and there that got like edited or changed a little bit, but nothing major.
It came out different. Well, we have the basic part of the song. We have all the rhythms. We have all the timings out and stuff. So, but when Gabby and I go in to do our guitars, we make changes on the spot a lot. So when the guys get the songs back, they're always surprised to hear that we went another way in some areas or not. You know, we just get to brainstorming and hearing things while we're listening back and doing all this stuff. So Nothing major, nothing drastic. John takes liberties with his production, and he has full reign to do that because we love the way he thinks. So the beginning of Empire of Flies was very different than we had originally thought. The way he produced it, and it came out amazing, But other than that, no, they're pretty much the same songs, just with added little nuances and melodies that Gabby could just grab off his brain and throw on the track. So,
has the growth of the band met your expectations since 2019's release, Kill the Outside? Has it met your expectations so far, or you're just still scraping it right now?
Oh, it exceeded my expectations on all levels. Getting 5 guys together that gel the way that we do on a personality basis is hard enough.
Yeah.
Getting 5 guys together that gel like we do musically and sonically is just unreal. I mean, every time we rehearse and we play together, it's like, is this even really happening? And that's really how I felt, for a long time. I never thought that we would be where we're at, as a cohesive unit. In 2019, this wasn't even a possibility. We were just in that moment, in that time, and it just kept growing. And like Darren was saying before the pandemic, we looked at it as an opportunity, not as a setback. We're all hard workers. We all get after it, no matter what we're doing in this life. So, it's exceeded it all. We just keep growing, and we keep finding these new things that we happen to be good at.
What do you guys hope everyone takes away while listening to this new single, or all these singles when they come out in general? What do you hope they get from Damn Your Eyes music?
For me, I hope they just get, the feeling that we get, that good time feeling, that energy, that, and maybe they can, songs are meant to be interpreted, right? Mm-hmm. So I hope that, and Artie does a fantastic job writing lyrics. And I hope that some people can get maybe some clarity in their life or some inspiration in their life, because these are some stories that have some meaning behind them. They're not just, we got to write a song and whatever. These are heartfelt lyrics, and the music is, the soundtrack to those heartfelt words. And I just hope people get, have a good time listening to the real bangers and the more melodic stuff. They kind of can feel it a little bit. But that's for me, that's what I hope they get out of it. I think that's any songwriter really, that's what they want. They want people to just enjoy what they hear and maybe get some kind of inspiration or some kind of feeling out of it. So for me, that's what I think.
Me personally, everything Darren said was spot on. In a way, we started this band to have fun, and we're having fun. But I'm at a point now where it's, we just want to be taken seriously. We want a legitimate shot of getting out on the road. We're a live band. No matter how our recordings sound, we're a live band, and the energy that we bring to a live show is undeniable. We get such a great response from the crowds we play for, and a lot of times we're not playing to our own crowd. So, walking off and have people say that was just unreal, or whatever it is that they say to us, which is mostly positive. I wish somebody would come up and say, "You guys suck," just to keep it real. But just legit. I hope the people realize that we mean business. Mm-hmm. We want a legitimate shot. We think that if we get out with a bigger act, that we're going to be a great band to warm their crowd and get it moving and get the party started, and that just that thunderous thing that we bring. So that's what I'm hoping to get out of this.
There you go, folks. If you need a band open up for you, get Damn Your Eyes. If you don't, then you're crazy. There you go. For your shout out, guys. I know you both had a lot of music growing up, and I know you still have a lot of music growing up that you still listen to, but do you have a go-to album or maybe a song that you still go back and listen to that you just cannot throw it away or be done with it? Do you still go back and listen to one possibly?
Oh boy, that's for me. I'm psychotic with music, so it's very difficult. If my go-to album, my go-to band, it will always be Pantera.
Yeah,
they're my favorite band of all time. They are the reason I do what I do. And I mean, Vulgar Display of Power changed the game for everybody. I don't care what anybody says.
Yes,
that
sir.
album changed the entire face of heavy metal, hard rock, rock and roll. I don't care. So I'll stick with that. Let's say Pantera, Vulgar Display of Power, the whole damn thing, top to bottom.
Yeah, that album kicked the door in when nobody else was carrying the torch for metal. I mean, when Pantera came in, they just kicked the fucking door open. And plus, people don't realize, which we all three probably do, they went from glam to heavy metal. It's like,
oh yeah,
what the hell happened?
Look, that power metal record they did in '88, that's Judas Priest from top to bottom. So people can rip on that record all they want, but that album is fantastic from the first song to the last. So. But yeah, they did. They changed the game. They changed their end. They said, you know what? It's time to get bigger, better, heavier. And they did. And they did that every single album until that band ended. So, you know, to me, they're the guys. So
Same with everything. It was Vulgar Display. It's the album I go back to. I mean, I listen to all different types of music, but Pantera, you know, after the first time I heard Vulgar Display of Power, I realized that not only did the world change, but I changed.
Yeah.
And it was just that thing. I used to go see Pantera play all the time when they came into New York City at the Roseland. It was just an experience that I've never experienced anything like that ever again after, you know, seeing them live on every one of their tours that they came through on. I'd go see them, and nobody ever touched it. Nobody ever touched it.
No. And I still think some bands can't touch them still to this day, in my opinion.
Agreed.
You know? All right, Artie and Darren, how can folks stay in touch with you guys? Buy this new single, all this music that's getting ready to come out from you all. Damn Your Eyes wise, how can folks do that?
Go ahead, Darren. This is you.
Oh no. Well, you know, all the socials, of course. Facebook.com / Steel Grove Studios. We could just type Damn Your Eyes.
Steel Grove Studios.
Yeah. DYE official band on Instagram. We're all over every single streaming site. Just type in Damn Your Eyes. We're on YouTube. You can watch the lyric video on YouTube. The single's also on YouTube. So, yeah. So pretty much just do a Google search of Damn Your Eyes band and you'll find us.
Yeah, and it's not the Etta James Damn Your Eyes.
Yeah, not the...
We get confused with that a lot. No. Yeah, Damn Your Eyes, Weaponized, Doom on You, whatever it is, you can type in a song or just Damn Your Eyes and you'll find us on all the streaming services.
I'll have all the links in this interview when I post it for you guys. So that way nobody can say, I don't know where it's at. No, it's right here. Look, open your eyes. Click. Yeah, Damn Your Eyes right there. Damn Your Eyes. Hey, before I let you guys go, would you care to do a promo for my show?
We'd love to. This is Artie Alexander.
This is Darren Markoff from Damn Your Eyes, and you're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Everybody stick around. We got some great stuff coming up, and you only hear these interviews right here on BODS Mayhem Hour. Please get out and check out our Facebook page. It has our podcast link and our YouTube link, and get off your ass and go subscribe to my YouTube link. You will dig some of the stuff that I have on there. Trust me, you'll like something on there. I guarantee it. And if you subscribe to it, I'll eat a bologna sandwich with you. I've been preaching it for over a year now. Nobody's took me up on it, but I'll sit down and have a bologna sandwich with you. I don't care. Also, please get out and check out Damn Your Eyes. Check out Weaponized. Check out all the stuff that this band's getting ready to come out with. You will not be disappointed. Artie and Darren, I wish you guys nothing but the best of luck. And you always have support on here from me, and you're welcome back anytime you guys want to.
Thank you, John. Thanks for having us on. Appreciate it.
You're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.